half, but El Paso kept attacking nonetheless, Heidi.
This is arguably the best team performance of this season for Locomotive. Lucho was on a yellow for dissent, then gets a second yellow for a foul on a lights player on a breakaway. So El Paso goes down their striker for an entire half, so it's easy to just sit back, defend, and play for a point on the road. But that's not just style. They kept on the attack. Borelli with the cross finds Zacarias, who sets it up for Dylan Maris. Then the confidence from Hutch to bring on academy players late in the match to close it out. Every player on the roster, whether a young man making his pro debut or a veteran, is expected to come in and do their job.
And Heidi, speaking of, this club will have to rely on some of that young talent tonight as they look to fill Diego's role and others. First half and starting lineups on the other side of the break, but first, a message from Diego to the El Paso faithful.
What's up, El Paso? Diego Luna here, and just wanted to make an official video to say my farewell and show the gratitude I have for the club and community. It's a very sad thing. El Paso became a second home to me, and I just wanted to thank all the staff, all my teammates, and most importantly, the Eighth Notch and all the fan base. You guys have showed support on and off the field since the day I've arrived here, and I think that's something that made me who I am and is a big part of my success. And I'll forever be a Loco. And I just wanted to say thank you very much, and I will miss El Paso. Vamos Locos.
Thank you for watching the pre-match show presented by the Brian Birds Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Birds Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-15.
Introducing the Casa Pre-Owned Advantage at Casa Nissan. It's the advantage of a bigger selection with over 700 vehicles to choose from. It's the advantage of certified pre-owned Nissans covered by a 7-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. It's the advantage of our 7-day cashback promise so you can shop with ease. Casa Nissan is more than just great new vehicles. Discover the Casa Pre-Owned Advantage when you shop at the #1 Nissan certified pre-owned dealer in El Paso. Casa Nissan.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain with 3 convenient locations in El Paso. Southwest Chiropractic, your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
Welcome back to downtown El Paso, Texas. It is a warm evening. We are understanding that there will be a hydration break. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha with you as we get ready for Locomotive FC versus Hartford Athletic. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First for Locomotive FC, and yes, indeed, you're going to see some new faces as a part of this Locomotive lineup. There are suspensions and, of course, injuries that we've talked about, Heidi. But right there at the bottom, you'll see, actually kind of in the middle, Vinnie Calderon, 18 years old, just graduated high school. It is not his professional debut, Heidi, but pretty cool to see him in there.
Right, but it's this 18-year-old's first start. I mean, he made his debut last week versus Las Vegas as a late sub, but says he has no idea he was going to go in, but knew his 5 subs and might play.
As we take a look at Hartford Athletic, the men to keep an eye on will be Andre Lewis. He's on the bench, but starting lineups tonight, look for Corey Herzog. He's an old foe from Reno 1868. I think a lot of folks remember him. And Prince Sadie. This is a guy who is a speedster for Hartford Athletic. And he, along with Joel Johnson, one of the offensive forces for this Hartford Athletic team.
Yeah, the two of them are, tag team. One leading the team in goals with 3 and leading the other leading the team with 3 assists. So we'll have to keep their eye on them tonight.
And there we see him. Why is he wearing number 54? Because his family made him do it, because he's 5'4". You'll never forget it, and neither will he. Start in front of the home crowd, his family in attendance. We'll be talking a little bit more about Vinnie Calderon here in a little while. Locomotive in their home blacks, back at home. The friendly confines of Southwest University Park. Evan Newton, the nod between the pipes again for Locomotive FC. 54 career shutouts, including one on the road, notably, versus Las Vegas Lights last weekend. North Notch starting us off strong, as they usually do. My understanding is here in minute 15, they're going to have a little salute to Diego Luna. So we'll keep our ears out for that. Hartford Athletic can certainly be direct, coming in with a record of 2-7-1. That's 2 wins, 7 losses, and a draw. 7 points, they're 10th in the Eastern Conference. Locomotive has worked their way up to 5th in the West. 6-6-2, 20 points. And it has gotten better and better this season for John Hutchinson and Locomotive FC.
And you know,
So we take a look at our referee tonight in the middle, Joshua Encarnacion. Our assistant referees, Matthew Seam, the first assistant, and Kevin Sanchez, the second. Our fourth official, Christian Campo Hernandez. Jimmy Slayton gets the nod to starting goal for Hartford Athletic today.
and you can tell Hartford has done their homework. They know that Locomotive, we like to knock that ball around at the back, and you know, with Foxy out, it's a solid back line, but definitely, you know, they're trying to put Locomotive under pressure right away.
Locomotive would like to put them under pressure, and I'm sure as we take a look at our Casa Auto Group keys to the game, that's definitely one of them.
So the keys, the Casa Auto Group keys of the game are defend, service into the box. Hartford will try to get the ball into the box and at the feet of their forwards. They come in with 10 goals on the season, and none of them are headers. So look for the back line to be positioning themselves to deny service, but not likely in the air. And then ball over the top. We talked about the two players that are a little bit dangerous for them.
Yes.
Athletic does have some guys that can fly. Those are those guys. They're going to be quick in transition. They want to get the ball to them over the top, so El Paso can't let players get behind them. And then Locomotive wants to score first. We've seen how El Paso can come back from behind, but if they can get out an early lead, they're able to control the match from the start to finish, and it will help a depleted roster and maybe get some of the academy guys some minutes. And we already are seeing Hartford will press with their center forward, Herzog, and he's already been out there trying to press Locomotive there.
Corey Herzog, an old USL championship hand. A couple of years ago with Reno 1868, really setting the league on fire. The throw in here from Herzog. Long and into the box, that is headed down, and it will be out. The foul is on Hartford Athletic. So we take a look at our Texas Tech Health Report. The foul committed by Modu Jadama. For Locomotive FC, Emmanuel Sanupe continues to make progress. Of course, Chapa Herrera, successful ACL surgery earlier this week. We continue to wish Chapa all the best in his recovery. The native El Paso, and Sanupe inches back a little closer every week.
Yep, exactly. And then we got Velasquez. He did return to training and had his first full session this week. So
wonderful.
And we're waiting on Payadas, just get a little bit more fit, getting more conditioning. And then we all know Lucho, he's out with the red card. Bad timing for the team, but he also said maybe good timing for Lucho because he'd been playing a ton of minutes. So get his legs back.
He had been very active for Locomotive FC, certainly. You know, there is that mentality, and you hear it. You hear it a lot in the NFL. You hear it a lot in every sport. Next man up.
Exactly.
That is very much the case. And of course, Andrew Fox not in the lineup tonight. Matt Boehner helping to replace him. We see Zacarias bring it across. Locomotive not very pinpoint in the passing in the early going, but it is, I mean, with an academy starter, with a couple of academy guys on the bench for Locomotive and John Hutchinson, it is, it's very much the case. Somebody's got to take the role. And in Las Vegas with 3 academy subs in the second half, Heidi, how impressed are you that these young men came in and filled a role? Short amount of time, but still they did what they needed to do.
Absolutely. And Hutch has shown confidence in bringing them into training with the first team and letting them get minutes and taking them on the road and traveling. I mean, everybody's got a job to do, and they're no different than anybody else. He expects them to perform and get the same job done, and all the team feels that way.
Maris, a hopeful ball over the back line for a goal kick for Jimmy Slayton. 6'2" out of Weatherfield, Connecticut. Hartford Athletic playing out of the back. It's well won by Ander Egiluth. Ander back in the lineup for Locomotive FC. An American, came up through the academy system in Spain, proud of his Basque heritage, and wonderful to see him back in things. Another one of those players who's kind of in that role of next man up. As we head down to the third member of our team, Rachel Phillips, and I know John Hutchinson he's been thrilled to see the progress of the academy player, but definitely thrilled to see all of his entire team really kind of taking that to heart.
Yeah, definitely, Duke. If there's one thing we know about this Locomotive team that we've learned this season, that they got a whole lot of character. We saw that on full display last week when they had to play for more than a half down a man to then get the win over the Lights 1-0. And they're going to have to show that same intensity and grit and determination here tonight if they're going to get the win. But Dylan Meres said he has no doubts, even though they're without Diego Luna, without Harry Brockbank. They've got 3 guys on international duties and several injuries. He knows they can get the job done. He said, quote, "We're missing some guys got injured, we've got injuries, so it's going to be another tough game for us, but we have guys that are stepping up big time, and everyone is here to fight and compete." And Dylan mentioned that there are guys stepping up big time, and it's hard to look past the academy players. You've got one obviously starting tonight and several more on the bench, so a big opportunity for those academy guys to really show what they've got and put their name forward for not just tonight's game, but games in the future too.
Thanks very much, Rachel. And we see John Hutchinson as Locomotive earns a free kick. Nick Hines fouled. And it's in one of those delicate areas, isn't it, Heidi?
Absolutely.
Any touch can go wrong for a defense.
Yeah, exactly.
And it'll be Dylan Meres waving that magic right wand. Chips one in, looking to the far posts. On there. Making the run on that far post side, but a little over the top. We see John Hutchinson looking like he's making some allowances for the El Paso Heat finally. I know in Australia it's the dead of winter, Rachel. It's a little different from here to there, isn't it?
It is definitely a little different. I don't blame him for chucking on the short sleeve today. I'm in it too, and I know everyone says the dry heat out here, but when it's this hot, it's just hot. Doesn't matter if it's dry heat.
True enough. John Hutchinson, and what we're being told is definitely not a pink shirt. Apparently Hutch may be a little sensitive about the color of it does have a little salmon-esque tinge to it.
He just wants accuracy.
Sure, accuracy. That's it. Yuma, the veteran Spaniard and team captain. Hines. Throw in for Locomotive. Eighth notch. Making it happen as we enter the 10th minute. Good run to the far post by Zacarias trying to settle. Knocks it back in, top of the box. Boehner, Richie Ryan. Yuma's after running to chase that one down. First touch of the evening for Vinnie Calderon. But Hartford will take it over. Prince Sadie. Sadie making some moves on there to the byline and knocked out by Yuma. Right place, right time. Sadie ready to look for Corey Herzog, who was dead center at the penalty spot.
You got to see that little bit of quickness and speed by Sadie.
Certainly Locomotive will have their eye on that. Here's Hines. Meretz waits for the traffic to clear. Calderon. Maris back to Richie Ryan. And Boehner. Hines has a go. Deflected out. Jumping away was Luca Perpa. Doesn't matter if it's a ball that hits your shins above the shin guard, you'll be doing a hop. Calderon. Zacarias. Man for Las Cruces. Lead ball over the top. Borelli. And that's too tall for Aaron Gomez. A goal kick coming up.
No, Locomotive's done a nice job. They got a nice rhythm, knocking the ball around, spell of possession, just not connecting on that last portion to get that shot on target.
Oh, shots on target.
Shot. I know, we just need to get, but they got a good little rhythm.
Good work by Herzog here. Excellent job by Ander to clear the room. Keeping it away from the feet of Barrera, the team captain. Barrera, an old hand. He's 32 years old, out of Thousand Oaks, California. Coast to coast, Cali to Connecticut. That's a cultural adjustment, isn't it? Coming from the northeast of our country.
It is. I didn't grow up too far from Hartford, and then UMass is just down the street, so very familiar. But that's the thing. Other thing tonight is Hartford. You know, Locomotive had a bunch of travel from west to east. Now it was their turn to go east to west. They didn't get in till 9:45 last night.
Wow.
So you know, it's just
That's
a little
tough.
bit. Travel can be tough, but everybody's got their chance.
Look at Calderon with a dummy. Zacarias trying to go back across it. Will make its way to Borelli. Borelli, that's deflected. Joel Johnson standing in front of that. Quick throw in, Maris. Borelli sets up again. Here's Hines. Locomotive probing. Got to say, if Locomotive wanted to back off at all, they sure don't look like they're doing so from that back line. Vinnie Calderon. Locomotive almost to a man on the Hartford half of the field. Ander and Yuma. Aguilos, Ander. Here's Dillon. Maris. Zacarias. Locomotive trying to get a little closer. Hartford doing well defensively. And here's Herzog to slide it loose. Herzog's going to get it away from Yuma. Trying to catch Newton off his line. Not far enough off his line. Couldn't get any altitude on that. Well, Vinnie Calderon. Great to see him getting his first start in front of the home crowd, in front of his family. So many people here, and they were ready for this moment, Heidi.
Yeah, and they definitely
over the top.
are ready
Hang on.
for this.
There. Pops it into the middle. Boehner to see it through. That's going to be a handball on Matt Boehner. Jumped up on him and hit him where he didn't want it to.
Exactly. Yeah, so when Vinnie pro debut last week with Vegas, when came in as the sub, I mean, he was super excited to come into the match and recalls that Hutch told him, "Don't stop running." Those are the words of advice. His mom, she got ESPN Plus to watch the match. They had people come over, including a girl that he liked, to the house, and they all watch him play.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. And they filmed the family reaction when he made it into the game. And then when it was over, final whistle, he got down on his knees, started praying, and just thank God for the opportunity. So called his mom, and she couldn't stop saying how proud she was of him. So, and now tonight, not just getting in the match, but starting it.
And as we pointed out, the reason he is wearing number 54 is because he is 5'4". I think his family made him do that. Sliding in, Borelli trying to make that count. That's a loose ball. Here's Maris. Maris. Aron Gomez tries the shot. Again, well defended by Hartford. Right place, right time. Odu Jadama. But this will be a corner kick coming up for Locomotive FC. Aron Gomez, the all-time leading goal scorer for Locomotive. Couldn't steer it wide by Jadama. Big man out of Atlanta. Here is Maris, the first corner of the evening.
But that was a nice left-footed driven strike. I mean, if that defender was not there, could have slipped in.
Far posts. Ander gets a nod to it over the bar for the goal kick. But back to Vinnie Calderon, who's getting his first start here tonight. And kind of funny the way he found out about being in the starting lineup. Not just the 18, but the 11. For Locomotive FC, and Rachel Phillips has more on that. What a thrill for the young man, Rach.
Yeah, certainly nothing like that feeling finding out they were getting the start here tonight. You talked about his family being proud of him. I have no doubts they're proud of him. All 7 of his family members are here and watching him tonight. They actually were out at the game early, waiting before the gates opened. That's how excited they were to be here and watch him make his professional start here for the El Paso Locomotive. And he talked about kind of the funny way he found out about how he was playing. Well, Hutch called him into the office and all the guys were kind of giving him a bit of flack, saying, yeah, you're in trouble, mate. Good luck in there. And he got in there and Hutch said, you know, it's so important for us to develop these academy players, you included. You should turn around and look at the board behind you. And when he did, he saw his name up there in the starting 11, and he said he just got butterflies about the moment, about stepping onto this pitch and being in the starting side for the El Paso Locomotive. What a big night for him tonight, and what a big week for him. He also graduated high school, so not too shabby for Benny here tonight this week.
All the way around. Graduating high school, make your professional debut one weekend. Walk to get your diploma. And start in front of your hometown crowd. And he is, if memory serves, an East Sider here in El Paso too, is he not? Which means that he is part of that Locomotive
Youth shuttle to
the shuttle, yes.
Get them over to practice.
Which is at the, just outside of Canoteo High School.
First thing in the morning.
Woo. That is dedication. Fans want a foul. Hines taken down, but no foul call there. Good job professionally by Prince Sadie. And it will be a Hartford throw. With the life of an academy player, especially if you're coming from East El Paso, that is not an easy commute on any day. Doesn't matter if there's traffic or not, but
that's commitment.
Up before 6 a.m. on the pitch doing your training. Then if you have first team duties, you're part of that.
And first team training.
Yep.
And school. He's going to attend West Texas A&M in Canyon, Texas, and he used to live in Amarillo, so he's comfortable in that area. But I think college soccer after that schedule is going to be a walk in the park.
Piece of cake.
And he's going to study nursing.
Oh,
and he signed an academy contract last year, and then again this year.
Jimmy Slayton is feeling a little discomfort, so Hartford plays the ball out, and it'll be a Texas Tech nod to the dock here for Hartford Athletic. That's eighth notch lets him know about it. Pobrecito, the chant. Poor baby.
Oh.
This is not the official hydration break, but we were going to have one. This might be something that Joshua Encarnacion realizes is a moment for everybody to just take a lap. Head back to the bench, get hydrated, and I think we are in our hydration break. And Jimmy Slayton being tended to for cramps. Now, Hartford Athletic, as you pointed out, got in after 9:30 last night here in El Paso. Does, especially air travel, that dehydrates you anyway,
Right.
Heidi.
Right, yeah, and then, you know, you feel the heat because it's humid on the East Coast. You know that you're sweating. Here sometimes you are sweating just as much, if not more, but you might not always realize it, so you don't maybe take in as much fluids as, you know, you're thinking you need to.
Right.
It's definitely an adjustment. It's just, and the air is drier, so it just kind of affects your whole body. I mean, it's...
Stay away from the peanuts and soda pop on the airplane.
You know.
Peanuts are a delectable treat.
I don't think they give out peanuts. Maybe pretzels. Pretzels are like some kind of snack mix.
Pretzels and trail mix. Hey, it's still salty. It's still salt. Peanuts, trail mix, pretzels, whatever. It's probably not good if you're trying to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that they were on multiple flights just to get to El Paso. Here's Hines. Great pass from Yuma. Hines around his man. Enters it into the box, and Gomez cannot steer it down. Great job by Calderon. Keeps it in the mix for Locomotive, and that'll be touched out. It'll be a Hartford throw. Matt Boehner the last to touch it. Hines around his man. Gomez, they have him well spied through the area, don't they?
Yes, they do. But Hines, I mean, Locomotive can look to get that ball back into him, because he's got a mismatch there. He can definitely take advantage of getting down that flank or turning that corner.
It's been a while since Aron was able to find the back of the net. He has 3 this season, all-time leading goal scorer. How about Calderon? That's a low-driven ball.
Well, Gomez has been playing more out wide with Lucho in the middle, so he's just been like a workhorse out there for Locomotive. This time now he's getting to kind of be the target centrally.
And of course, with Aron Gomez, kind of central. And there he is right there, right in the middle of the pitch. He is your target 9, Lucho Solignac. Of course, Lucho out with the 2 cautions issued against Las Vegas, so serving his suspension for the red card. And Aron Gomez is Locomotive's man in the middle. That is not his usual spot, Rachel Phillips.
No, well, I mean, it's exciting to see him in there, in that spot at the 9. Something Hutch said during the week. He's excited to see him get that opportunity because of how well he's been connecting with Lucho on the side. And now he gets to take center stage. Hutch expects him to press and work really hard and lead the front line and be on the end to score a couple of goals. You saw him get himself in goal-scoring position just then and put his body on the line. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of it as the game goes on, too.
Good work by Herzog, but easily held. Prince Sadie gets ahead to that, which is why Locomotive continues to try and play out of their back third. Cut off on Dev's pass, met by Hartford Athletic. Good tidy game for Hartford Athletic so far. Trying to get on the front foot here. Connor McGlynn. Skips away from Budati. And Slayton will give it a ride. It's offside. Locomotive will have the pass back. Coming up that high line, helping Locomotive out that time. And they'll put it quickly back into play. Hines from Maris. Service, far post and knocked just wide. Barreling down that right wing, Zacarias, but well dealt with and getting a touch, Logan Gadula. For Hartford Athletic, it'll be another corner kick for Locomotive from the other side this time. Last-ditch defending.
Yeah, Hartford had to get back on that, or it might have been a chance for Zacarias.
The man from Colchester, Connecticut, Logan Gadula. Getting some congratulation from Jimmy Slayton in goal. And here is the Irishman, Richie Ryan, 36 years young. Into the middle. Let it out cleanly by Jadama. Borelli. Maris. Too tall for Gomez. And it'll be a goal kick coming up.
And Hartford's kind of being patient and dropping back, and Locomotive, I mean, I feel like maybe Maris's service on that one is showing a little bit of frustration, a little bit of, okay, when are we going to have that chance on goal? He just needs to keep knocking it and force them in the higher probability chances. Get down the flank, serve it in across, get it pulling away from the keeper and away from the defenders. You know, keep at it, even though they haven't had success, because there everybody was set. It was too direct and too far. You know.
USL committed to supporting LGBTQ plus community through the Forever Proud initiative. We'll hold off here as Zacarias heads to the byline, serves it back up and in. Maris will let it go. Borelli takes a crack in the half volley, deflected out. It'll be a Locomotive throw. Allows us to tell you that through the Forever Proud project, USL striving to create a safe and welcoming environment for all fans, players, and more. Into the middle, Zacarias. He's taken down, looking for a penalty call. He won't get one. Right back up, though. Boehner has a crack, and Slayton has to save it. Long distance attempt by the defender. Big man from Ohio. Why not?
Exactly.
Forced the first save of the night from Slayton, really. That was on target.
Warm-up is over.
And here is Boehner. Well, if you want to know more about the Forever Proud initiative for USL, USLsoccer.com/foreverproud to find out more. Maldonado, or Calderon, pardon me. Maldonado's there, Joel Maldonado. Good sidestep, Zacarias. 1 against 2 there. Gadula gets a touch, but straight to Boehner. The pass is not on target. Prince Sadie. What a sliding tackle by Ander, and he's going to get the yellow. Prince Sadie taken down. Ander, I think he knew what was coming up. If he didn't get there in time, he doesn't. And it is a caution in the 28th minute. Just as we enter the 29th. Have a look at it again. Sadie off to the races on there. Case to be made that he wasn't trying to slide in, but
that one
there was contact.
I could have gone either way, because it. I am not a match official.
Right.
Earlier was for sure. That one was could have been. But
Well,
they're always trying to err on the side of safety for players.
So the caution issued. We'll call it the 28th minute on there. Sadie being tended to. Sit down to Rachel Phillips, and what was the reaction for the benches on that went in for that tackle?
A lot of frustration there from the bench on that tackle. Hutch yelling at the ref, constantly saying it was all ball. That call is an absolute joke. Like we said, though, we're not referees, and neither is Hutch, so you got to leave it up to the umpires to make that call.
Joshua Encarnacion saw otherwise. Good crowd on hand for fireworks night. And the free kick sending it back in will be McGlynn. That's a slow roller, trying to move it side to side and well intercepted. Good job, Zacarias, but has it taken away in turn. And play on, advantage being played here as Richie Ryan's taken down. A couple of veterans tangling, and Daniel Barrera. And that is going to be a caution issue to Barrera for the earlier foul. So Barrera in the 31st minute. Fans were waiting for the call, and Locomotive had the ball. Well done by Encarnacion to play advantage. But the team captain for Hartford, the veteran from Thousand Oaks, California, taking down another vet. Professional fouls everywhere.
With that card issued, I'm sure now Richie Ryan's like, okay.
Yuma. Bounces nicely. Calderon, good job. Zacarias.
Locomotive needs to tighten up the passing a little bit.
It has been a little
bit
loose.
of, we like to call those hospital balls. Putting themselves in a position to possibly be under dangerous pressure with those kind of little more crispness.
Back from Gomez to Maris. And working it around. Borelli to Yuma. Boehner, Zacarias. Boehner fills a spot ahead. Maris. Too much for Hines. Certainly chemistry with so many new faces has got to be part of it, Heidi.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the more reps you have or the more years, sometimes some of these guys have been together, you just kind of know what they're going to do without ever doing. Your timing is just spot on, and it just takes a little bit of little harder to get that in sync when you're not getting as many minutes.
Well, Connor McGlynn shoveling Vinnie Calderon out of the way rudely at 6'4" on 5'4", and 6'4" is usually going to win those battles. But welcome to the
I
pros.
beg to disagree, Duke. Size is not going to be the full determining factor in soccer.
Okay. Good work on the counter. Locomotive trying to make it work. Aaron Gomez has it taken away at the last by Jadama. Stride for stride.
I respect that, but as a shorter member of a soccer playing team, I never said that guy's bigger.
Did you ever? I appreciate that, but did you ever have to deal with a woman who's 6'4"?
Well, I mean, yes, I got to play in scrimmages against Cindy Parlow.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah,
Cindy
I
Parlow,
don't know
my
exactly
goodness.
what her height is, our current U.S. soccer president. So.
All right.
Cindy
Well,
Parlow
she's.
Cone. So, yes.
Richie Ryan serves one into the mixer. Calderon can't knock it down.
It might have been a little bit of a mismatch, but
Just a little bit.
held my own.
Yuma over the top. Nicely done. Ander playing up. Tries to knock it back into the fray. And does well to keep possession for Locomotive. Aaron Gomez making a beeline to the back line, but usually Locomotive has two players, one to knock it into. As Borelli taken down, and that might be another yellow card coming. Looks like it. Luca Perpa into the book in the 34th minute.
And I think to that point about Gomez being kind of on his own, I think initially Locomotive in their first few games, that kind of happened a lot, and the wingers stayed wide, and then finally they kind of learned to kind of shift or help or support each other. So again, just a little bit different set of the lineup going on, and just having to figure out those adjustments.
Well, it's Dylan Maris and Vinnie Calderon. Standing over the ball, and this could be a little dangerous. Let's call it about 30-plus yards. Locomotive has yet to have a goal scored off of a direct free kick so far. And now Richie Ryan will take it back. Take a look back. Dylan Maris did have one from outside of the box yesterday as Richie Ryan takes a look. Maris, that's into the wall. Speaking of 6'4", that was McGlynn. And towed out. Sadie does well to run it down. Some speed on the flanks to Herzog in the middle. And trying to come around for a shot. McGlynn denied by Yuma. That springs Locomotive in the counterattack. Zacarias knocked down, and that was hip to hip. Eunice Badati. Good contact, and Hartford wins the ball back. Purpa. And certainly here in the heat, after a long flight from Hartford, that physical contact, the grind of the game is going to continue to wear on Hartford Athletic. Certainly they've battened down the hatches for head coach Harry Watling, youngest head coach in the USL Championship. Here's Maris. Maris has a go right into the breadbasket. Slayton, well positioned. Not too many places for Maris to go, but he decided to have a shot. The man from Zionsville. Oh, great work to keep the ball under pressure. And why not? Locomotive again. Zacarias tries for the far corner and just misses. Las Cruces, New Mexico, stand up. Speaking of, I believe
my current hometown.
Your current hometown, but also your daughter's team.
Oh yes, so
Santos here tonight.
Santos FC is here tonight. So my 9-year-old is playing with the 2012 girls team with Santos, and they had Santos night. So all their club teams are here, and then my other daughter, I have to mention her, Addie's here as well. But yeah, they're up here. They're enjoying that Sun King Saloon, had a pregame event.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a nice day for all of them out here.
Hartford centering ball, looking for Herzog, traps it, chests it down. Nobody in light blue and white anywhere near Evan Newton.
So Las Cruces is in the house.
LC represented well tonight. Joel Johnson sending that one in for Herzog, who has it here. Gomez wants another foul. Turned and put into space. Newton. Herzog ruining the missed connection. Hands on his head. Locomotive FC, one caution so far in the 28th rather, issued to Ander, but then in rapid succession in the 31st and 34th, yellow cards for Hartford Athletic. Daniel Barrera and Luca Purpa. Locomotive, here's Hines, great sidestep. Locomotive up quickly. Hines trying to cross. That'll be a corner kick coming. Of course, Locomotive coming into this match leading the league by 5 in cautions. We'll talk to Rachel Phillips here in a bit, but Dylan Maris coming over to take this corner. Maris in swinger to the far post. Well met by Connor McGlynn, and that's a quick caution issued to Borelli as he gets tangled up. We're in the 40th minute. So, cautions number 45 and 46 here today,
yeah,
Rachel
exactly.
Phillips. As Eder Borelli goes into the book. Rachel, I know that this is, it is a little different. Locomotive prided itself on not giving away fouls, not giving away cautions, but John Hutchinson likes to be up and in your face, doesn't he?
Yeah, he most certainly does. And I mean, he said before that he doesn't mind giving away the yellow or the foul if it means that they're playing their aggressive style of football. He just doesn't want them getting a yellow card for dissent. So as long as it's, furthering the game and helping them stand their dominance, then he's okay with it. But when we look at Hartford Athletic, we've seen them give away a couple of yellows here tonight as well. And part of that might be because head coach Harry Watling stressed the importance of them taking the field as the predators instead of the prey. He said a lot of times when they come into these matchups, they're the underdogs, and he doesn't want them to come onto the field as the underdogs. He wants them to come on as the predator and really attack and push. So maybe that's why we're seeing a couple of yellows from Hartford and the aggressive style of football they played in moments here as well.
Trying to get something working. That's easily up the middle. Hartford's had a couple of ideas, especially when they've been able to spring Sadie up that left wing, but really not a whole lot going on for them tonight, Heidi.
No, they've been content kind of when Locomotive does make it up the field to just get in behind, but they still do like to pressure that centrally, which disrupts a little bit the Locomotive with how they like to swing it around. But not really any super dangerous chances. But that's where, the transition, Locomotive have sorted that out since the start of the season, but now it's just one of those things you can never have a letdown on.
Can't do it. The team captain, Yuma, to Boehner. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select the proud to be the official match ball supplier of the championship. Choose what you play with at SelectSportAmerica.com. Select leads choice, player's choice. And it comes to Hines. Great save by Slayton. Gets down in a hurry.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a seeing eyeball from Nick Hines.
That was a great strike by Nick Hines. Driven on the ground, but Slayton, that was quite the save he had there. And no one is there to just clean up the deflection, the rebound.
Bonelli in again. Maris trying to make a move. Towed over the line. It's a goal kick. Maris last to touch it. Well defended by Perpa.
So Locomotive, we're still looking to get on the board, but they're undefeated in the last 5 outings in El Paso and trying to make it 6 with the result against Hartford and bringing back the Southwest University Park fortress,
Over 20 unbeaten. Running into the playoffs last year. Oakland Roots giving Locomotive a rude surprise in the first round of the playoffs for them. Locomotive starting slowly this year, but they have really gotten things more in shape. Evan Newton, among the league leaders in clean sheets this year with 4. He's 3 off the pace. Zacharias earns the corner. Well done, gets the deflection off of Gadula. Diego Garcia, Noe Coutinho, Vinnie Calderon, Diego Abarca, Joel Maldonado, and Julian Maud, who might get an opportunity to talk about a little later on. All up from the academy. Richie Ryan to serve this corner. To the far post, Yuma trying to get there. It'll be knocked over for a corner on the other side.
I like that look. If the Hartford player had not stayed with that service, Yuma was just foaming at the mouth to get his header on that.
Gadula first there, and now it will be Dylan Maris. Maris, the in-swinger, into the middle. Punched out by Slayton, but not very far. Knocked down, and Slayton with a save. With the side of his helmet, Aron Gomez. Any piece of, we've seen this before from Aron. All you have to give him is an angle on the ball, and he can make things happen. Another shot on goal for El Paso.
Exactly. And just keeping them on their toes.
Well, we talked about all those academy players, everybody over the number 50. And there are 6 of them on the roster tonight. A part of this lineup, very much the next man up, Rachel Phillips.
Yeah, it certainly is. Hutch said during the week that it really doesn't matter who's playing or even where they're playing. He knows that the guys know how to execute their principles of play, and that's why he feels so confident putting in these academy players. The 6 academy players in the squad tonight have tallied up just 98 minutes between them this season. So if that doesn't say anything, I don't know what does.
Into the middle, looking for Herzog. Well done by Newton. There will be 2 minutes of stoppage time as we are into it. It was over the byline for a corner, says the assistant referee. I believe that's Matthew Seam. The far side from our angle, so first corner of the evening for Hartford Athletic. They'll take their time here in stoppage time, and first minute's already almost up.
They're hoping to get one more play in and going to half.
To the near post and straight to Evan Newton. Tries to catch him on the run. Boehner and Calderon knocked into space, trucking to go get it. Aron's not going to get there in time. Gave it a good sprint, just wasn't able to keep it in play. Into the final minute of stoppage time, of course, officially kept on the pitch by our referee tonight, Joshua Encarnacion. Here's Herzog. That's deflected. Zacharias trying to make things interesting, and does. Zacharias off the side. A little too slow to get back for Tom Brewitt, but Ricardo Zacharias not able to steer that on frame.
No, but the tenacity there to just fight and pressure and then win the ball, that was tremendous effort.
Zacharias, if anybody's kind of that Aron Gomez role as we are at the half, it's probably him, the second guy in. As Locomotive FC and Hartford Athletic will head to the locker room scoreless here today. Not without some effort, though, by El Paso Locomotive FC. Aron Gomez with some great work. Couple of shots on goal for El Paso. Ricardo Zacharias' effort just a little wide. Here at Southwest University Park, a warm late spring evening. More in a moment.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain. With 3 convenient locations in El Paso. Southwest Chiropractic, your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
Presentando el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage en Casa Nissan. Tenemos la ventaja de tener una gran selección de autos con más de 700 vehículos para elegir. Es la ventaja en Nissan usados es que están certificados y cubiertos con una garantía limitada de 7 años o 100,000 millas. Es la ventaja de nuestra promesa de cashback por 7 días para que compres a gusto fácilmente. Descubre el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage cuando compres en la agencia número 1 de vehículos usados y certificados de Nissan en El Paso.
Welcome to the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Welcome back, everybody. A look from El Paso into Ciudad Juarez as the lights twinkling here in the background on a June evening in El Paso. Locomotive FC scoreless with Hartford Athletic at the break. This is the GECU Halftime Show. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha as we check scores from around the league. From Wednesday, Atlanta United 2 and Rio Grande Valley in quite the shootout. Locomotive fans with maybe a little flashback there. 4-3 RGV Toros FC over Atlanta United in Atlanta. 4-3 the final. Oakland Roots, what a comeback. 2 stoppage time goals to defeat the defending champion Orange County SC 3-2 in Oakland. New York Red Bull 2, San Diego Loyal 2. That is big tie for Loyal on the road, traveling all the way across the United States. And Switchbacks with a big result over Las Vegas Lights. Colorado Springs 3, Las Vegas Lights 0. Checking USL storylines, big news for Locomotive FC. The club's match against Detroit City will be the first ever to air on the mothership, ESPN. That's almost linear television. It's on cable, but yes, it is the first ever match for the USL Championship on ESPN. That match is June 18th. It's a 10 a.m. kick. Lucho Solignac, 4 goals, had 1 assist during the month of May. Great individual performance. More importantly, Locomotive won 4 matches, only lost 1 and had a draw on the road. Lucho's efforts on pressing also resulting in an own goal versus Galaxy 2. Vote for Lucho for Player of the Month at USLChampionship.com. And of course, largest USL Championship transfer fee for Diego Luna, who played today, got into the match for 2 or 3 minutes for RSL. Read more about it at USLChampionship.com. As we take a look at the standings, Colorado Springs Switchbacks on top of the West right now, but San Antonio FC, they've been there all season long. San Diego Loyal with 22 points, Phoenix Rising with 21, and there you see Locomotive FC with 20. New Mexico United nipping on their heels at 19. RGV is starting to get things together. They have 18. From 1 through 7, that's where you want to be. Anywhere in there is going to get you into the postseason. And right now, Locomotive squarely there. Looking for more points tonight here at home in El Paso, Texas. This is the GECU Halftime Show. Scoreless at the half, Locomotive FC 0, Hartford Athletic 0. Back in a moment with more.
10 years in the making, a dream start for City. Maxi Rodriguez, what a stop by Steinwasser. And it's into the back of the net. El Paso, far corner and it's in. What a goal. Are you watching Football Americas?
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Beautiful shot of downtown El Paso. Welcome back to Southwest University Park. The score in this one tonight, Locomotive 0, Athletic 0. Let's take a look at this service into the box, and Gomez commits himself with that awesome header off the side onto target. Again, he's just fighting to win that ball. Getting the action going for the Locomotive. And then we have Zacharias with that, fighting to get the ball, and just misses on the short side. We're gonna get one more look of that one, and the defender did not know he was coming. He just runs him off the ball, nice quick turn, and What a hard strike, but just shy. As we can see, the Locomotive's attack is still working, even with all the different pieces on the field tonight. Getting some shots on target, and they can keep it up. It is going to work. And in this game, the score is El Paso 0, Hartford 0.
Presentando el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage en Casa Nissan, tenemos la ventaja de tener una gran selección de autos con más de 700 vehículos para elegir. Es la ventaja en Nissan usados, es que están certificados y cubiertos con una garantía limitada de 7 años o 100,000 millas. Es la ventaja de nuestra promesa de cashback por 7 días para que compres a gusto fácilmente. Descubre el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage cuando compres en la agencia número 1 de vehículos usados y certificados de Nissan en El Paso.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain. With 3 convenient locations in El Paso, Southwest Chiropractic, your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
Thank you for watching the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Presentando el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage en Casa Nissan, tenemos la ventaja de tener una gran selección de autos con más de 700 vehículos para elegir. Es la ventaja en Nissan usados, es que están certificados y cubiertos con una garantía limitada de 7 años o 100,000 millas. Es la ventaja de nuestra promesa de cashback por 7 días para que compres a gusto fácilmente. Descubre el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage cuando compres en la agencia número 1 de vehículos usados y certificados de Nissan en El Paso.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain. With 3 convenient locations in El Paso, Southwest Chiropractic, your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
Presentando el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage en Casa Nissan, tenemos la ventaja de tener una gran selección de autos con más de 700 vehículos para elegir. Es la ventaja en Nissan usados, es que están certificados y cubiertos con una garantía limitada de 7 años o 100,000 millas. Es la ventaja de nuestra promesa de cashback por 7 días para que compres a gusto fácilmente. Descubre el Casa Pre-Owned Advantage cuando compres en la agencia número 1 de vehículos usados y certificados de Nissan en El Paso.
Welcome back, everybody, to downtown El Paso, Texas. A beautiful southwestern evening. Locomotive FC scoreless at the half with Hartford Athletic. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha. We'll be speaking soon to Rachel Phillips to get John Hutchinson's halftime thoughts. But as we take a look at the first half statistics, 4 shots on goal. Well, it's no goals. It's 12 shots in total, 4 on target. 89% passing accuracy, 67% possession. Locomotive leads the USL Championship in both categories, Heidi. And, of course, 4 on target. To your point, always shots on target.
Yes, exactly. And, I mean, they're creating the chances, but they've got to get the quality shots on target. And, possession isn't going to win the games. The scoring the goals is.
As we take a look at our first half highlights, there were some close calls for Locomotive FC. Did get in a number of times. As we take a look here in the early going, there's Corey Herzog. Gets it away from Yuma. The lead ball trying to catch Evan Newton off his line. Just not enough altitude on that. Locomotive able to counter. Matt Boehner forces the save out of Jimmy Slayton. And this great bit of work here by Dylan Maris. It'll come with another shot, easily stopped by Slayton. Right place, right time. This one coming up, I think, might be the save of the evening. Actually, Aron with the side of the head. That was near the end of the first half. And then Zacarias. Look at that effort. Ricardo Zacarias just was not able to steer it on frame. Puts it off the back of the net. And that was that for the half. As we head down to Rachel Phillips, the third member of our team, with John Hutchinson's first half thoughts. What was Hutch looking for? What's he looking for in half number 2, Rachel?
Yeah, Duke, Hutch said that Hartford Athletic right now are really sitting off them. And he said when a team's doing that, they just need to be calm and patient, and their opportunity will come. And when it does, they need to capitalize on it. In regards to defense, we've seen a very different back line from the Locos. He said so far he's really happy with how they're doing. They're cutting off the transition plays early. He said that's going to be the key to ensuring they don't let Hartford score here tonight.
Thank you very much, Rachel. A good crowd on hand. Fireworks after the match. Locomotive fans, as usual, looking for some fireworks during the match. Heidi, what are you looking for here in the second half from Locomotive FC to get by? They do have the 4 shots on net. There was one really good save from Jimmy Slayton and a couple of maybe pedestrian shots to kind of count for Locomotive FC. What do they need to do to change that and be a little more challenging?
I think to start out, kind of going along with what Rachel said, that Hutch said, is they need to be disciplined and have patience. But combine that with an intensity at getting up and getting attack and getting quality shots on goal. Don't let, put them under pressure. Push the pace, push the pace when you do get the chance to attack. But don't make rash decisions because it's not time to be panicking and worrying. They are having more run of attack, and they're obviously having a lot of possession. But they're doing some really good things to don't get caught on that transition. So a lot of the same, but with maybe a little bit more just,
a little more oomph.
Getting after we want to score that goal. That is our purpose. That's the important thing.
Corey Herzog took off right up the middle, looking for something. Hartford Athletic will start with possession, but gives it up. Calderon. Right place, right time. That pass a little behind him. Dylan Maris out on target there. Trying to work something, weave something up that left wing side. For Harry Watling and Hartford Athletic, you probably have to like the way things have gone so far on a very warm evening.
Right,
after a long day of travel.
We know travel is challenging for all the teams in USL, and getting a win on the road is not easy for any of them. So they're tied up. They're holding on to a point right now, and so they just want to keep doing the same things that they've been doing and try and steal a pressured Locomotive just enough to steal a goal on our home turf.
A couple of substitutions to start the second half for Hartford Athletic. Coming on, Rashawn Daly, replacing Prince Sadie, who had some great success up the left wing, but his night is done. We'll get to the other one after Dylan Maris's run here, which is off target. Herzog knocking it back. The other one is Andre Lewis, the Jamaican, Spanish Town, Jamaica, coming in to replace Luca Perpa, who was on a yellow card. So that one you probably see coming. Good centering ball, and almost finding Zacarias, who's taken down and whistled for the foul.
I like that service across from Hines. It was just behind the defense, making them kind of, have to be afraid of what's going to happen, who's going to maybe fly in and just finish that into the back of the net. It's the perfect little no man's land for a keeper to not be able to come off and worry about it.
Some shoelace problems for Hartford Athletic, and Logan Gadula was the man who challenged and fouled by Ricardo Zacarias. What a story for Zacarias, who becomes more and more versatile and a bigger and bigger part of things for this Locomotive squad. We talk about Andrew Fox, who's played everything from forward to wing to back line, Ricardo Zacarias, much along those in that same vein. He's playing a bit up front. He's played on the wing. He's played centrally in the midfield. He has.
And last season, I know I saw him in the back.
Right.
When I first started doing the broadcast with you,
right back.
I've seen him, I think, in almost every role.
Matt Boehner does well after sliding away from that. It'll be a throw in, and that's Corey Herzog taking liberties with where he should have thrown it. Back into play. Trying to get the quick restart to the waiting feet of Andre Lewis up front. Rashawn Daly, 6'2" out of Bloomfield, Connecticut. They do have a number of Connecticut players on this roster. Yuma. Fly that out. Logan Gadula from Colchester. Jimmy Slayton, Wethersfield. Daly from Bloomfield, Connecticut. Pierce O'Brien from West Hartford. Am I getting that right? Close enough?
Yes, yes.
Herzog will have the throw here. Our man Chris Kinane, who's our main audio operator from Enfield, Connecticut. Yankees are everywhere. Daly into the middle, and it just skips away. Herzog, nice cutback, trying to set it in for the shot. Sidestepping for something. Johnson just can't get it square. Well done by the Locomotive defense. Some last-ditch defending. And
well done team effort by not to have anybody be on an island on defending.
Great work by Calderon to sidestep up the right wing and get it back to Ryan. Veteran Irishman knows what to do with that ball. Here's Boehner. Off target in the pass. And it's Gadula. Good flick on attempt there by Zacarias, gets away from Dylan Maris and easily handled in the end by Joel Johnson. Locomotive trying to win the ball back, but here's Herzog. Well, what were your thoughts on Vinnie Calderon in his first start in the first half?
He has fit in quite well, just settled in nicely, had some good touches, contributed to the movement of the ball, and also just keeping Hartford from getting back on that, getting it up on the transition. So, I mean, he's really settled in and just, you know, he's doing the job that he's being asked to do for sure without any sort of letdown. He's contributing and making a nice starting debut.
Herzog, long throw in. Newton knocked down, that is saved off the line by Yuma, and Newton has that one redirected. Mercy, that was almost catastrophic. Newton came in. Newton tries on the restart to send Aron on his way. Route 1 soccer there, but it'll bounce kindly for Richie Ryan. It's off target in the pass. Locomotive has not been really square in their passing so far tonight.
It has definitely been a little bit off.
What a needless giveaway there for Hartford, and a deep throw in here for Locomotive. Maris decides to keep himself. Taken off the ball, but straight to Zacarias. Zacarias again fighting his way through to the byline. To Maris, the shot deflected. Corner kick coming. Andre Lewis, right place, right time.
And did you see Gomez at the top, closer to the top of the penalty box? It got cut off by Maris for a chance, and Gomez was standing there wide open, thinking, one more play, one more, and I need to have a little better angle. But it's good, better to have numbers than not to. More options.
Another corner for Locomotive. Here's Richie Ryan. That's punched out by Slayton. Maris gets away from Ryan, hops over that foot, and out it goes. Well, we are understanding that Vinnie Calderon will give off to Diego Abarca. But quite a pretty solid evening for the 18-year-old who just graduated high school, replaced by another 18-year-old. Actually 16, Diego Abarca. But what are Hutch's thoughts, if any, on the youngster tonight, Rachel?
Yeah, Duke, Hutch was really happy with how Vinnie played it today. He said he settled in really well and was finding his touches, and he did everything they asked of him. And I'm sure with Diego Abarca coming in now, it's exactly what he wants from him as well, to settle into the game, find his touches and his passes, and really just play the Locomotive style of football that he expects from them.
Yeah, there Borelli trying to keep it in. Gets away from him, and Eder needing to be careful after that 40th minute yellow card. Lewis. Hartford trying to switch it. It'll go out of play for a Locomotive throw.
Okay. So Vinnie, he is actually going to be playing in a camp. Oh,
hang tight. Aaron Gomez ready to do his thing. Centering pass. It's knotted out of trouble by Lewis. Kept moving by Barrera.
So yeah, so Vinnie, he's going to be playing in a camp at the university on June 5th. He's going to leave as soon as this match is over tonight. He's going to drive to Canyon, Texas, and be there by 8:30 a.m.
Goodness.
So he's put in quite a shift, and then he's going to keep it going.
The long legs of Rashawn Daly. Getting that down for Hartford, but they have to reset. Back it out and come to the right wing. McGlynn, Joel Johnson, Barrera, the team captain. Yunus Budati again in to Johnson. And Barrera, good work around here. Barrera trying to spring. Herzog trying to volley to himself, and 3 Locomotive players, including Ander, there to clear it out. Herzog just could never settle for a shot, and that allowed Locomotive to catch up.
Yeah,
but Hartford, a little bit of work around there to spring Corey Herzog.
From his long throw in, you know, and then he's getting that ball up high in a dangerous area. If that touches just a little bit in a better place for himself, he puts the Locomotive under more pressure.
First touch of the night for Diego Abarca, whose father played for the El Paso Patriots back in the day. I covered his dad working for the El Paso Patriots way back when. Good sidestep by Maris, draws the oohs and ahs of the crowd. Up ahead, Maris. Abarca! And it's in! Diego Abarca! 16 years old, scores the opener for Locomotive FC.
What a finish. Holy smokes.
His dad would lurk around the 18 and put in shots from around that area. A chip off the old block. Diego Abarca, Locomotive Academy, take a bow.
Just finds that upper 90 left corner, not even a doubt, just nice and simple. Placed it over the keeper's reach into the back of the net like he's done it at practice every other day, right?
Goodness gracious, young man.
Opens his account.
Indeed. Right to the edge of the 18-yard box and pick it out. 1-0 Locomotive. The goal in the 56th minute, scored by Diego Abarca. On for just a couple of minutes.
He didn't just find his touches and passes, he just found his goal.
Goodness. And how cool is that for the Locomotive bench? John Hutchinson has got to feel very good about putting that young man in exactly when he did, Rachel.
I have never seen the Locomotive bench react like that. There was a bear hug down here with John Hutchinson and the assistant coach. What a moment for Diego Abarca. We lost a very talented and special Diego during the week, and well, Locomotive fans, it looks like we've just found another in Diego Abarca. What a moment for the young kid. This is his third game played for the Locomotive. He made his debut against the Las Vegas Lights right here at Southwest University Park, and then came on in last week's win over the Lights again to help close it out. He's played a total of 61 minutes, a couple more here tonight, and in it, a goal as well.
Abarca, the back pass. I still can't get over Rachel, and of course, that's the way they say it down under. A debut. Borelli. That'll be knocked over. It will be a throw in for Eder Borelli. To the corner. Locomotive will work it out. Ryan. Settled here, Hines trying to get a hold. Locomotive on the front foot. Hartford showing no signs of coming out of their shell, but Locomotive's possessions have a lot to do with that. In just wide, Aron service from Eder Borelli. Around and around and around it goes. Where it stopped, nobody knows.
Classic Borelli service, and Gomez just snaps that thing. It's almost on frame.
Almost.
That is tough to beat.
Good slide to put it out of play and away. Those dangerous long legs, Rashawn Daly, 25-year-old out of Broomfield. Selected 49th overall by FC Cincinnati in the 2019 MLS Super Draft. So tough with just 2 wins and a draw coming into this match for Hartford to try and right the ship, but certainly made even more of a challenge being down a goal on the road after a full day of travel. And temperatures reaching triple digits here in El Paso before kickoff.
And this is actually also the first time that the Athletic has ever traveled to the Lone Star State.
Their first away match, if I'm reading right, since April. Just the way things have started. I know they had one called off earlier or postponed. Slayton does not give that one the right he thought he would. Locomotive not able to control. Yuma combining with Ander to keep it away from Daly. And it'll be a corner kick. Yuma a little upset. Quickly gives us an opportunity to tell you can't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club's on the road or at home, nearly every second of the championship on ESPN+. USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.espn.com. Like Vinnie Calderon's mom did. Served up, bounced around, Newton to Pott, and put it back into play for Hines. Locomotive on the counter. Tamaris. Ryan to Boehner. You were looking for something direct there, weren't you? Yuma and Ryan, their 4th season wearing Locomotive blue together. The Spaniard and the Irishman have been integral to Locomotive success. Richie Ryan was the man who discovered Diego Luna at Barca Residency Academy.
Absolutely. He was looking at footage of another player he was asked to look at, but then Diego made a bigger impression on him and asked about him. Nobody was taking on a chance because of his size and build, and look where that has gotten Locomotive.
Back and forth. It's well done by Johnson. Meets the triple team and poked away by the Spaniard, Yuma.
And Diego, he called Richie Ryan a legend because of Ryan's extensive playing career, and said that he just learned so much from the veteran leadership from him in the locker room, and even Hutch says all the older guys really helped Diego grow and develop. So quite a success story with Diego, and MLS reported that his contract with RSL extends through 2024 with club options for 2025 and 2026. So
largest transfer fee in USL Championship history is Ander. Will give way here to Noé Coutinho.
And Diego, I guess he was also helping coach the Lil Locos program. So that team will need a new coach, but it'll be fun for them to watch him with Real Salt Lake.
And for Hartford Athletic, Daniel Barrera's night is done. He'll be replaced by Peter Vassell here in minute 64. So, Ander giving way to Noé Coutinho, 18 years old. He's graduated Franklin High. There's Johnson, does well. That's actually Vassell. Vassell and Johnson. Vassell, that's off Borelli. Vassell immediately involved as soon as he hits the pitch. Vassell trying to bring it down. Gets one, that's offside. Herzog missed over the bar anyway. I think he knew the flag was coming. The veteran not going to waste any opportunities, flag up or not.
You never do. Nope.
Corey
It's not
Herzog.
offsides unless they call it.
There you go. Herzog with 1 goal this season for Hartford Athletic. Of course, before the demise of Reno 1868, he was their go-to, their target. And it made his way to San Diego last season, playing with Loyal for a while before deciding to take a trip east.
Yeah, he's just pressuring and poaching, just that one bad bounce. Don't see him out of the side of your vision.
A little closer to home for him. He's out of Reading, Pennsylvania, so 31-year-old. Not quite as far.
It's not easy to get back east or back west from there. I am well aware.
Well, the closer to the coasts you are, travel becomes an issue, as Locomotive could tell you. Lead ball, Yuma, that's going to find Aron. Aron Gomez tries to take one. It's well deflected by Gadula, and Slayton will keep it rolling.
Hartford has done a good job of closing the space before Locomotive has had a chance to pull the trigger and get the shots off. So they've had a lot of blocked attempts for Locomotive on their shots. They do give them a lot of space once they realize, oh, head's going down, they're gonna try and pull the trigger. Boom, they close that space real well, and then they've also done a good job of helping each other, giving cover.
Rudati almost off target, but well handled by McGlynn. Connor McGlynn, the big man. Middle Village, New York. Hartford works it well to the left wing. And they'll call the foul. Logan Gadula taking the contact from Coutinho. Coutinho, another solid body. Young man again out of Franklin High School and an academy player. 6 on the roster, as we pointed out tonight for Locomotive FC. And of course, the goal so far, the one scored by Diego Abarca. But a dangerous free kick for Hartford. They'll send it to the left and in for a knock. It's wide and loose of Herzog. Too far ahead, Vassell.
I was wondering what they were trying to do with Herzog in the offsides position on the touch. if they'd played it towards it, but it was kind of distraction. They played it wide, and then the defense dropped, and he was in a dangerous spot.
Knocked in, a save, loose ball and in. Knocked in for the tying goal, Peter Vassell. Win the knockdowns. Evan Newton could save one. He could not save the second. And in the 68th minute, Hartford Athletic has it tied. Peter Vassell, the Jamaican, right in front of eighth notch.
And they definitely use those long throw-ins as dangerous set-piece opportunities.
Vassell, right place, right time.
Nice flick on there, onto frame even, and tough save by Newton, and then clean up in the box. That's what they did. They crashed it, and they weren't going to let that chance not get put in the back of the net.
The 68th minute equalizer by Peter Vassell is his first of the season. And we are level in El Paso, Texas. Big goal on the road for Hartford Athletic. Hartford's been a little wild when they try to switch things out to the wing themselves tonight. But Locomotive with work to do here at home.
But Herzog still right there pressuring them constantly, just disrupting or making you a little bit uncomfortable, I guess.
Borelli. Gomez, what a dummy. Missing on his clearance attempt was Vassell. Nowhere to go, though. Now here's Aaron Gomez. Great ball from Yuma in tight. Maris. Well defended. Borelli, Maris. Right along the touchline. Maris waits for it. Borelli flick. Gomez turning, firing, and deflected. Coutinho trying to get there. Zacarias can't keep it in. Hartford throw. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM-FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access. Tuesday nights at 5 Mountain, plus your live matches for the USL, Major League Soccer, Premier League, and more. All on Sirius XM-FC channel 157 and the SXM app.
Made my kids listen to it because Real Salt Lake was on my drive over to the match tonight.
Right.
I was like, maybe Diego will get in.
Which he did for a couple of minutes plus stoppage time today. Johnson. And it comes Herzog, nice dummy. Trying to tee one up for Lewis. The Jamaican can't come around for that. Zacarias knocks it up the wing. Hartford back with it, though. Good work by Hartford Athletic on the road.
They got a little hop in their step after that game-tying goal.
Here into the 72nd minute we go. 19 plus stoppage time for Locomotive to try and regain the lead. The Academy certainly done their job tonight. Will Locomotive FC, regular starters or Academy starters, have anything more to say? Off target looking for Hines from Alarca. Lead ball out of the back. Herzog will bring it down. Herzog saved Evan Newton. Flag stays down. Corner kick. Newton disagreeing with the call. But they've been waiting to spring Corey Herzog time after time tonight.
Absolutely. And it's not offsides unless they call it.
So Andre Lewis.
Well saved by Newton, though.
Indeed.
I couldn't see on the touch where the last defender and the attacker were.
In swinger from Lewis, and that one's Set up and out. Yuma. Zacarias combining. The USL committed to supporting the LGBTQ plus community through the Forever Proud project. USL striving to create a safe and welcoming environment for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. Well won by Boehner. Locomotive kind of on the back heel a little bit. Looking to change that. Maris. Taken away by Hartford. They tried to find Hines up that left wing. McGlynn knocking it around and into the middle. Herzog knocked forward. Great work by Yuma.
Yuma is just one of those veteran players. He doesn't get rattled. You know, he just knows how to
make it work.
Yep. No matter what needs to be done.
Vassell, nowhere to go. Spaniard knows where to be. Eighth notch in the drum beat, willing those players forward. Here's Maris, room to run. Maris the layoff. Aron Gomez knocked over. Goal kick.
It is hard to knock Gomez off a ball like that.
Modou Jadama, hip to hip. As we take a look at this one again. No.
That ball was pretty far away for that kind of
no attempt
contact.
To play the ball. My goodness.
It was a little bit outside the range of playing the ball.
I guess the referee adjudged that ball to be a little too far ahead for Gomez to do anything with. The substitution here for Hartford Athletic as we're close to the 76th minute. And Joel Johnson replaced by Jessiel Cedeño, the man from Guayaquil, Ecuador. So Johnson, who's put in a shift tonight for Hartford, they have the point on the road that they certainly want, although they've been opportunistic trying to look for more. No quit. We heard from Rachel earlier on head coach Harry Watling wanting his team to be aggressive. That will be a foul as Borelli taken down. And disgusted with the call as Budati looked like he almost made contact with the referee. You got to watch your hands. Budati's upset, but whistled for the yellow as we head into the 77th. So the 76th minute yellow card on Budati is Hartford's third caution of the night. Yunus Budati, 26 years old, out of Ypres, Belgium. Locomotive. You certainly want the team to be physical. You want them to be aggressive. They're the team that over the final 15 minutes or so of this match has played in the heat and can make some things happen. But no quit in Hartford Athletics so far today. Maris and Ryan. It'll be Ryan to the far post. Knocked down into the mixer. Gomez still trying to get a hold of it. Away from Herzog. Coutinho sidesteps one, but not a second. Almost wins that back and rolled into touch. Great effort by Coutinho. Connor McGlynn just had to get rid of it. And two substitutions now for Locomotive. Nick Hines will be replaced by Julian Maud. They have 88 up. There is no 88. It's either Maldonado 80 or Maud 98. It's Maud. Oh, it is Maldonado. So Joel Maldonado is on. And Ricardo Zacarias gives way to Martin Payares. First action we've seen from Martin Payares. The Colombiano on the pitch for Zacarias.
And we said he was recovering but needed some more conditioning, so
we'll see what Payares can provide. His first opportunity to shine in front of the home crowd. Wins the ball back. Abarca knocking it into the middle. Locomotive trying to tighten the screws. Ryan ahead to Maris. Sidestepping one. A second. Lifts one, and Slayton makes the save. Slayton sliding over at him step for step. That'll get away from Hartford. Another throw-in coming for Locomotive FC. But it is Joel Maldonado coming on along with Martin Payares. So a little fire and ice, a little old versus new, so to speak. Veteran versus another academy player, Rachel Phillips.
That is definitely right, but for both of them, they haven't played too many minutes this season. For Martin Payares, obviously coming back from that leg injury, this is just his second game of the season for the Locomotive. And we look at Maldonado, this is his third game of the season, but in both of his 2 games he's played, he's just stepped onto the field for 1 minute, so he's definitely guaranteed a little bit of more playing time here for Maldonado. Obviously an academy player. He signed a contract in 2021 and signed another contract again this year. This is his first time taking to the home pitch here in front of Southwest University Park.
Maris looking for the foul, but none forthcoming from Joshua Encarnacion. Just a little over 10 minutes plus stoppage time for Locomotive to find another go-ahead goal. Hartford, though, may have other ideas. Borelli in front of that. Here's Ryan. Good thought by Budati. Locomotive trying to counter, but that's a giveaway. A giveaway and a shot. Peter Vassell tried his luck as he took it off of Boehner. There's Abarca. Loses it, wins it back, and loses it again, and they are looking for a foul that will not be called. And the pass too far ahead. Hartford's done that a number of times tonight. Working up the wings. Diego Abarca put Locomotive ahead minutes after coming on. The 56th minute goal from the young man. Father Jose Abarca, former member of the El Paso Patriots, who decided to make El Paso home after his playing days were done, has to be ecstatic. Locomotive, though, looking for answers. Long throw in from Herzog. That is a long throw in. Getting a nod to that is Payares.
And the thing that's so dangerous also for throw-ins like that is on the throw, no one can be offsides, not until there's a touch. So that's why they can kind of be in all these dangerous areas without even having to worry about it.
Well, Herzog's the man to deliver that long service. Quite the tool for the 31-year-old. All the way up and in, knotted out by Yuma. Only so far as Lewis.
Yuma knows Foxy's not in there in the middle with him, so he better be the one to do it.
Herzog in swinger, knotted. And it'll be a throw in. Yuma doing battle in the middle with Tom Brewitt. Another throw in for Hartford, which is making a meal of this in the late minutes. Jockeying for position in the box. Yuma and Rashawn Daly. talking to by our referee, Encarnacion. And here is Herzog. Direct this time and straight to Boehner, who chests it down. Ryan collision with Tom Brewitt. Throw in for Hartford Athletic. As Locomotive certainly on its heels again here through this stretch of, say, the last 3 or 4 minutes, Heidi.
Yeah, Locomotive kind of got a little bit, they lost their kind of rhythm and not connecting with each other as well, and just getting under pressure from Hartford. They've been, like I said earlier, they got another kind of wind in their sails after they tied up the match. And Locomotive has not been able to like regain, the run of play.
Possession down 7% for Locomotive FC. Too far ahead, says our referee, for Matt Boehner to throw it in. Locomotive looking for some possession here. The throw in. Coming to Maldonado. Can't hang on, and here's Hartford. Nodded back, Yuma, and just ahead of a waiting Rashawn Daly. Over and out of play. Another throw in for Hartford Athletic. Locomotive here on Pride Night. The Pride organizations blew the ceremonial horn for the Locomotive steam engine this evening, and one of the Locomotive players playing for Pride specifically. We'll get to that as Abarca tries to catch Slayton off his line and almost did. Slayton called into action. What great vision by the 16-year-old, though.
Not afraid to pull the trigger.
Well, as we mentioned, one of the Locomotive players is playing for Pride as we take a look at this one again. Abarca looking for that far post and almost made it count. Rachel Phillips has more on Matt Boehner tonight. Rachel?
Yeah, Duke, that's right. Matty Boehner playing for Pride, not only here tonight, but for the entire month of June. He's going to donate $10 every game, another $5 for a clean sheet, and if the Locos win, he'll double the total. This is the 5th year in a row Matty has done something similar for Pride Month, and this year he said now more than ever we need athletes using their voices to call for LGBTQI+ equality and inclusion. If you want to follow Matty's lead, you can Google Playing for Pride 2022 Classy Campaign and donate. I also want to mention that Yuma is out there sporting a Pride Captain's badge as well, so a lot of Locomotives getting in on the Pride Night action here at Southwest University Park.
And there is the team captain, getting the cheers from 8th Notch after that nice slide. Richie Ryan, Locomotive, with a little over 4 minutes plus stoppage time to make something work. Boehner, far post, Gomez couldn't square it up. Well, Gomez has been the man in the middle. The target 9 tonight for Locomotive. Always works so hard on both ends of the pitch. We pointed out before that he's almost a box-to-box forward.
Yes, he's box-to-box, whatever spot they have him.
Well, just a few minutes remaining. Does Locomotive have an answer? Yuma. Foul earned as Richie Ryan takes his seat. No quick restart here, as I believe that's Vassell who's down for Hartford Athletic. Bodies careening. The Hartford training staff urged to head back. Another sub for Hartford Athletic and Harry Watling. Tulu coming on to replace Corey Herzog. Tulu, Abdul Yakubu out of Adelphi, Maryland. Defender of the Year and Fans' Choice there in Hartford, Connecticut. Locomotive with a throw. Martin Payares floats one over the top. Easy grab for Slayton in the end. Trying to work his way back in. Almost able to find Coutinho. Richie Ryan waiting for a ball out off of Hartford. The officials have other ideas. Seconds away from the 90th minute. Great work by Ryan to sidestep in front of Rashan Dali. Too far ahead for Coutinho. And another Hartford throw. Into the 90th minute. Neither of these teams, frankly, looks like they have an answer, Heidi.
No, they do not. But we know we've seen a lot of unexpected things happen in stoppage time, so.
Yes, we have.
The game is not over.
We'll see what the official word from Mr. Encarnacion is as to our stoppage time today. Nice floated ball by Avarca, good idea, trying to find Coutinho. Can Locomotive FC equal what Oakland Roots did and find 2 in stoppage time? They only need the 1 to win the game. But 4 minutes of stoppage time to make something happen here. And how impressive was Roots' effort, especially to see that in relation to former El Paso Locomotive forward and Southern New Mexico native, former New Mexico Player of the Year for Gadsden. In Memo Diaz, whose father passed away, untimely death in a car accident. But Memo Diaz, so many players from Roots, kind of a part of that extended family for him. Wearing t-shirts in honor of Memo Diaz, who of course is back here in the borderland with family. We wish Memo and his family all the love and support that we can possibly send them as they get through this very, very difficult time. Can El Paso do what his Oakland Roots teammates did? Or does Hartford Athletic have something to say? Well won by Locomotive. They keep trying to find Gomez. There's somebody missing up front, isn't there? Eighth notch, undaunted. 90 seconds into the 4 minutes. Payares seeing his first action in front of the home crowd. Ryan, Boehner. Maris nowhere to go. Space opens up on the left. Abarca. From Payares. Yuma wanted to send one in, trying to look for Boehner. Lots of open space here for Payares. Abarca loose on the left, the pinging ball. Well done, but nobody in black to pick it up. Under 2 minutes remaining.
He's got a quick trigger on service and shooting. It's a nice sight to see.
Right. Richie Ryan. Maris. Hartford Athletic has things tightened up. Ryan trying to pry it loose. Gomez taken down. Still working for the ball. That's deflected over for a goal kick. Joel Maldonado had a foot there. Gomez pleading his case for a penalty to no avail.
I threaded that pass right into him. That was tight. Tight space. Yeah.
Seconds remaining here in stoppage time. Hartford Athletic trying to dance out of El Paso with a well-earned point. Their first trip to the Lone Star State, and they may come away with a result. Slayton puts that out of play. One last gasp, about half a minute remaining. Yuma. Fans urging Locomotive forward. Payares and Abarca. Ryan. Yuma. In it comes Maldonado. To Maris trying to sidestep for an opening. Maris into the box. Running forward. Coutinho. Loose. Gomez. Lifted out by Hartford. Will that do it? We are past the 94. It will. A hard 1 point for Hartford Athletic. Locomotive comes away with one, but has to be disappointed. They didn't get the full three. John Hutchinson and Harry Watling shaking hands at midfield. But how about Locomotive's Academy taking a star turn tonight? Diego Abarca opening his professional account with his first ever pro goal.
Yeah, the Academy really stepped up and showed what they are going to be currently and in the future for Locomotive. It's pretty tremendous.
Outstanding work. Locomotive will get its third draw of the season and 21 points. Hartford Athletic gets its second draw of the evening, or of the season, with 8 points. 10th place in the Eastern Conference. Locomotive FC 1, Hartford Athletic 1. We'll send it. We've got plenty more coming. Your Estrella of the game and a whole lot more as we continue. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Southwest University Park in downtown El Paso. I know Locomotive will be a little disappointed. I know the fans might be disappointed as well, but Locomotive FC 1-1 with Hartford Athletic, and the young man who scored the goal is our Estrella of the match. Down to Rachel Phillips. in just a little bit. As we see the goal here, we'll see some of the highlights. Maris Abarca with the left foot, pick it out of the top corner. My goodness gracious, 16 years old and moving like a veteran. What a goal, Heidi.
Yeah, there was no doubt about that. He just had the confidence. He saw the spot and just can't ask for better placement.
Left upper
at
90.
all.
Incredible. Now down to Rachel Phillips with our estrella of the match, Diego Abarca.
Locos fans, I am joined by your estrella of the match, Diego Abarca. Diego, congratulations on an incredible game from you tonight. You could hear the crowd cheering your name. That's how much you mean to them and what you did here tonight. Diego, you were just 16 years old. This is your third professional game, and within minutes of stepping onto the field, you score a scintillating goal. What made you confident enough to step up to the plate and just pull the trigger?
To be honest, I'm lost for words, to be honest. It was an incredible feeling scoring, and the confidence that the coaches gave me to come on, they believe in me, and I just try to do my best, and the goal came, and yeah.
I know your parents are up here in the crowd tonight. What does it mean to you to score your first professional goal and have them sitting right up here watching you?
It's incredible, to be honest, all the hard work, and my second appearance at home, and in front of the fans, in front of my family, and I just want to thank all of them.
Diego, I know your dad was a professional soccer player. What do you think he would have thought of that goal?
I have no idea. To be honest, I think he would be surprised and happy for me, to be honest. The work he puts in with me and the tears, the sweat, everything. So I want to thank him and my family that are up there in the stands and the work they put in for me. And yeah, just thank them. I'm very grateful.
Diego, you're on an academy contract here with the El Paso Locomotive. What has it been like for you getting this incredible opportunity at such a young age to play professional football?
It's incredible. Sometimes I'm in the locker room and I don't know, I can't imagine it. It's just something that's the work that puts you in, and that's it.
Well, Diego, congratulations. I'm pretty sure this crowd likes you a heck of a lot. You are tonight's estrella of the match, so here's your trophy and your shirt. You can show them off to the camera. You get to keep those ones. And then on top of that, we're going to give you this soccer ball. You can sign it. You can just put the shirt and the trophy on the ground if you want. We're going to give you this soccer ball. You get to sign your name away. Have you ever signed a signature before? Was this the first time?
No, I've signed it before. Yeah, it's not my first time.
All right, well, let's see what you got here. And one lucky Locos fan is going to get this ball so you can sign it away, and then you can walk over to the crowd. There are a lot of people that want this ball from you. This might be a signature worth remembering. Diego Abarca, your estrella of the match. Congratulations, Diego. You can head on over. You can either kick or toss the ball up into the crowd. Diego Abarca, your estrella of the match. Up it goes.
That's a collector's item right there. My goodness, first professional goal for Jose Abarca's son, Diego. How about that? And he's an old pro, Heidi. He's signed those things before.
Exactly.
That's great. Let's take a look at our GECU full match stats. As Locomotive FC does come away with a point, and they're, again, a dominating effort. 89% passing accuracy, 62% possession. The Locomotive couldn't make it pay off in the end. 20 shots, 7 on target. Hartford a much better second half. They didn't have a shot on goal in the entire first half, 4 in the second, including the goal. That was incredible. As we take a look at our save of the game. And it is not Evan Newton, who had a pretty solid effort tonight, but Yuma off the byline. How about that?
That had to be the save of the game.
Absolutely. It was a big time save. Your GECU save of the game from the Spaniard, keeping Locomotive in business and helping out his keeper. Yuma, oh, there we go. Goal cam, boom, and almost took Eder Borelli's face with it. And lastly, our physical play of the game. Speaking of Eder Borelli, how about this effort? Eder Borelli sliding that one away. He and Nick Hines combining there against Prince Sadie for Hartford Athletic.
Yeah, perfect slide to pick the pocket. Whoop.
Outstanding work by Eder Borelli. And Nick Hines doing his work. Sadie trying to get there. As we take a look at our Brian Birds moving into the next match, brought to you by the Brian Birds home selling team. Next match is on the road. Locomotive will play in Phoenix at Wild Horse Pass against Phoenix Rising. That will take place on ESPN Plus. The watch party, of course, as well. And don't forget, on ESPN the week after that in Detroit. But Phoenix, June 11th, on the road, and that's a big match against Rising. Always tough in Phoenix, Arizona. Heidi, what are your thoughts? Is Locomotive, again, depleted tonight? They had to take a bow, the Academy kids, and they did.
The Academy kids stepped up. Locomotive still had a point even with all the challenges. So we're glad to see what they could do. At least earn a tie at home, and now get on the road and get after Phoenix.
For Juan Gutierrez, Cesar Ruiz, for Heidi Phillips, or for Heidi and Rachel, I'm Duke. So long, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.